Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Ladies and gents, the new season of Fortnite arrives on Tuesday, March the 16th and begins with a solo mission as we fill the boots of Agent Jonesy and end the 0 Point Crisis storyline. To get ready for that, I'm back with a recap of everything we went through in Season 5. So do me a favour, drop a like if you'd be so kind, and think about using code ADAMARU to support videos like this one. Now sit your butt down for 10 minutes and let's go through the last 15 weeks. Week 0! I know this is a weird place to start, but it's important. Back when Galactus arrived and Thor, Iron Man and the other Avengers gave him the fight of his life, the key point of interest was the 0 Point, which once again was ruptured just like it did back in Chapter 1. For the first time ever, we were shown two realities side by side, and the 0 Point affecting us on the island, but also in the real world too, causing an earthquake. Agent Jonesy, who has been watching us for a very long time now, suddenly sprang into life. Then the law hit us. We found out Agent Jonesy has a boss who sends him back into the loop for 3 reasons: stabilise the 0 Point, reseal the bridge, and not let anyone escape. With that info, Jonesy enters the 0 Point and joins our world. He also missed a warning that the 7 may be watching. Week 1 on the island. We saw many changes on day 1 of this new season. The cracked orb floating above the new sand area was the main wow factor zone, especially as the Mandalorian crash landed nearby. But we also saw many other changes, like old POIs returning. Somehow, both the Der Burger and Pizza Pit restaurants reappeared in their OG spots from 2018. Over at the Superstore, it happened again. The original Viking ship appeared in its original island location. There's more! The dusty containers and even Flush Factory returned. And to top it all off, Salty Springs was combined with Tilted Towers to create Salty Towers, a place for sweats to call home. We never saw any answers about this, but a theory I personally believe is the convergence, as the 0 Point slowly combines both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 islands, causing these anomalies. There was totally new stuff too. 4 brand new POIs arrived in Season 5. A jungle biome named Stealthy Stronghold housed Jurassic Park-like cages and gates. But this proved to be a misdirection. Let's come back here soon. A coliseum appeared in the desert, and south of that was the Butter Barn, which low-key had the best music I've ever heard in a restaurant. Come on down to the Butter Barn. Finally, for this opening week of the season, Hunter's Haven materialised. A group of homes for very different people, all of which could be found in the Battle Pass. These were the guys Agent Jones had recruited to stop anyone escaping the loop. The buildings were filled with things each hunter needed, like a warrior's shrine, a bonsai tree, and Peely in carbonite. Fair enough. Hunters from different realities was a theme of the season, and oh my word, there was so much more to come. Week 2 arrived, and we learned the hidden story of the season. Firstly, the emblems on the wall in Hunter's Haven told us about the existence of the I.O., the Imagined Order, the same organisation we believe Agent Jones is a part of, and of course those annoying troops working with Jonesy who sprang up out of the ground to stop us mid-match. Linked to this, we all discovered hidden underground facilities at all the new POIs, which led to more I.O. bunkers deep below. Even Stealthy Stronghold had a modern facility hidden under its ruins. Something sus was going down, but we had answers, we just had to find them in-game. Around the island were more NPCs like we've seen in previous seasons, but this time the NPCs could speak. Well, sort of, it was text-based. Strange things happened. Ruckus could be eliminated and then returned as a ghost-like figure. Others could be recruited or bargained with for supplies and ammo. But one of those was very different. Bunker Jonesy. This Jonesy has retained his memories from the days of the first island. He first confirms we are in a loop and then tells us he was originally asked to jump into the 0 Point to see what happened. Luckily, he survived. He was the first snapshot, which in layman terms means when someone enters the loop, they are duplicated, and that's why there are so many versions of the same characters around, especially Jonesy. Then came the big stuff. Bunker Jonesy tells us there is a way out of the loop. His dialogue changed over the season, but the main things of note is that the reboot vans are the key to escaping, and Midas is confirmed to be yet another snapshot. A different Midas came back from the one who started the device event. His clues became more cryptic over time, but for a quick bit of lore, Bunker Jonesy has helped us out. And remember, Midas is still important to this storyline. And speaking of Midas, also in week 2, the fully complete golden storage in Lazy Lake could be found in the basement. A golden Midas toilet from season 2 is here, a golden vase, and even a solid gold Graham the Gnome. Graham will be important again one day, I promise. Week 3 saw Crimbo arrive at Retail Row. I actually forgot this season began in December. The Misfit Bear came back. Luckily, they didn't come alive this year. Up by the snow-covered weather station, a new Easter egg could be found. A mysterious, indestructible book lay here. This was for the creator Cypher PK, who, from my research, I can tell you makes a Fortnite video every 22 minutes. It's a fact. And to round off the week, the final ever update to Hut Watch arrived, turning this slow-building erection into a cafe. Not what I was expecting, but it's a pretty cool chill area for Team Thick. Week 3's most intriguing change saw the Mandalorian become the man to watch as he collapsed his campsite next to his crashed ship and set up next to the Colosseum. He was looking for something, and every update saw him get closer. A thing I adored was the footprints Mando left behind. Attention to detail. Let's check back on him next time. A new NPC joined the island this week and sold us a brand new Crimbo weapon. Snow Mando made his home up by the Snowy Mountains and left a confusing green belt nearby. Christmas continued to be a thing in Fortnite as more houses got in the Crimbo spirit, and over at the tree nursery, those trees were all gone again. The circle of life continues. Oh, and a quick note, over by the house where fake John Wick is staying, you'll find Rocket League decor again, to celebrate the new season of that game. And just like last time, the Rocket League car is waiting to be driven in the garage next door. Oh, and Kratos from God of War appeared this week. It was a damn strange week.
Boy.
Week 4! The snow fell on the island. It didn't cover the same stretch of land this time around, but Christmas cheer was here once again. The green belt near Snow Mando became a micro airport base and stayed for the rest of the season. Elsewhere, other outposts popped up, bringing back planes into BR. Oh, and yes, another hunter arrived, this time via a refrigerator. Master Chief from Halo is here. Wow. But that wasn't even the biggest moment of the week. This update saw a rift open between worlds. The power of the 0 Point and Jonesy's Rift Sphere dragged Michonne and Daryl from The Walking Dead into Fortnite. The 0 Point was put under extra pressure, and from this day forward, it began to crack more and more every update. Week 5 arrived, and so did another Rift portal, this time to add even more Marvel characters, including Black Panther. That trailer hit me right in the feels. This week, Mando could be found by Pleasant Park. He's still searching for something. Week 7 sprang into life on January 13th and took away all the Christmas updates. The snow receded back to the mountains and the trees at each POI vanished. The airplane spawn points disappeared too, and a new variation to the Colosseum magically materialised, a flooded pit. I gotta admit, my favourite version of the Colosseum was the llama and crab builds. The big news of the week was up at Stealthy, and many people's theories were right. The Predator's escape pod crash-landed into the jungle biome, and noisy clicks and shouts of anger became audible. Luckily, we didn't have to wait too long for the next update. It arrived 7 days later. Week 8. He's here. He's finally here. The Predator followed Agent Jonesy to the island and became a roaming NPC at Stealthy Stronghold. Big Preds was the unlockable hidden skin for the season, and people old enough to have a clue who that is rejoiced. The Predator brought with him a stealth gauntlet, which allowed us to become invisible for a brief period of time. If you're like me, you wasted every game trying out different emotes whilst invisible. It was great fun. To mark the arrival of Big Preds, a room at Hunter's Haven was updated to make him feel at home, with his pro-level gaming chair and setup added, as well as an armour stand and a medkit. Nice touch. The first hunter here, Mandalorian, set up his campsite near Salty Towers this week, and 7 days later, he moved it to the overlooking point at the 0 Point. Yep, he's still searching for something. Finally, another Rift portal appeared at Steamy Stacks, dragging the energy from the 0 Point once again, and we all figured out pretty quickly it was for a Terminator crossover. That 0 Point really looks angry now. 10 of Chapter 2 Season 5. This week, V became available after hacking Fortnite's Twitter account. She asked for help from Drift in a place we thought was Lucky Landing. That update never actually happened, but V and the Fox clan look to be key characters in the seasons to come. The biggest news this week was that Mando has finally stopped searching. After 10 weeks walking around the desert, he's found his new home. A Star Wars-style cantina popped up, along with the new game mode, Mando's Bounty. Stormtrooper helms could be found on spikes outside to let us know where they stand in the galactic war, and inside, a returning character could be found. Jeff Keighley. The last time we saw him was during the Star Wars crossover event in 2019. So many characters and rifts appeared in this week. A Tron-inspired portal appeared by the lake, and we also found Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe and the Flash from the DC universe. Jonesy is pulling out all the stops to locate hunters and fighters from multiple dimensions, but each time the 0 point is harnessed, it becomes more and more unstable. He must stop right now, right? Well, hell no. Chun-Li, Ryu, and Chun-Li's thighs came to Fortnite, and I couldn't be happier. Week 11. It's Valentine's week in Fortnite, in which we could find love chocolates and potions and a Leviathan's head waiting for a meal at a restaurant. Fortnite is just weird. It's just weird. Week 13 came and went with only 2 updates, but they were big updates. The 0 point is now throwing a hissy fit. It's so angry and the most unstable we've seen it all season. But Jonesy will not stop calling for the cavalry. This week, he grabbed Ripley and a Xenomorph from the Aliens franchise. In week 14, it was all about the 0 point. It became more ferocious, letting out an energy force every hour, which as the week went on went down to 8 minutes and then 4 minutes. And now, in week 15, it's only 2 minutes apart. The 0 point is counting down to the end of season conclusion. On March 16th, we will play through the final events of the 0 point season in what is described as an explosive conclusion. It suggests we may even play as Agent Jonesy in a solo mission. All we know right now is that reality will change once again, but will the hunter become the hunted? I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you all in season 6.